Greetings, lords and ladies. The inaugural Roots of War League is about to begin.
What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and today is game 3, ladies and gentlemen, between 30NA and BTX. We are finally at the end of the Roots of War League 2025, guys. Welcome. I'm excited for this game 3. I'm sure everyone's excited. Everyone wants to get their rewards in the mail. Also, later on in the stream, there will be a code given out, okay, for thank you from the developers to you guys for joining us here today, watching game 3, guys. It's going to be absolutely savage between 30NA and BTX here. Right before the match starts, guys, we're going to go ahead and just go into the leaderboards and take a look at some of the numbers that we have here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Roots of War League for the finals. They're getting ready here in 5 minutes. They're going to start, and then we get the spectators delay, and then we'll go in. So let's go ahead and take a look, right? So when we look at BTX, let's see who. Let's give a shout out to some people in the stream real quick of who's in here. 7 Bank, Widowmaker, Kima, Ed Pino, what's up? Tom, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Make sure you guys send pings out to your alliances. Let them know that we are live in the Call of Dragons official channel. I will also be sending a ping out myself as well. Let's get this party started, guys. Game 3 is going to be our first Roots of War League champions. Like I've said before, there will be many champions to come in Call of Dragons, but there will only be the first champions, right? It always carries a very specific weight to it, guys, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, you were champion 3, 4, and 5, but like we won the beginning of it, in the beginning of the hype, right? So it definitely carries a lot of weight here. Let me go ahead and message this out. Tell your neighbors. Tell your hamster, your dog, your cat. It don't matter. Let them all know. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed. But the votes changed. So you can take a look here on the screen. There was a poll that got put out by the official channel. It used to be BTX had even more, I think, from the previous one. But I think after the previous match, it changed a few people's minds. And in my personal opinion, this can go either way, man. I think that BTX overall looks stronger in terms of their quality of marches. But it seems like 30NA just has a lot of composure, guys. A lot of composure when it comes to their shot calling. Because, I mean, we've seen 30NA numerous times under a lot of pressure and still able to make the decisions needed to get the victory here. But anyways, let's take a look at BTX here and their current stats. We got BTX server 99, 7.2 billion power. Their win rate is 92.31%. Their win-loss is a 12-1 record. Outstanding. Average score of 64.8. Okay, for the side of BTX. We take a look over here at 30NA. 7.3 billion power. 92% win rate. 12-1. 12-1. Average score 59.3. It's interesting how the percentages work. I wonder how that works. I mean, if they're both at 12-1, but that one's at 92, and this, oh no, they're the same. I knew that. All right, so some other leaderboards that I wanted to take to account for here today during the finals, guys. If you take a look at the top left-hand side, you'll see the little bars up here. Click on the little bars. You can see all the different types of leaderboards here, but let's take a look at alliance data. We got Echo with the win margins. And so the way the win margins work is essentially how much how big of a gap there was whenever they had those victories. You can see Echo at 332,000, right, sitting up top. We'll go maybe like top 5. BTX at 216, EIS at 205, 30NA 194, FWI at 174 for the top 5 there. Let's take a look at some personal data. Who are the top killers? Who are the top killers in Roots of War League 2025 so far? For the MVPs, we got Sensei Yesin at 5 times MVP, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then you have Stone Duck from BTX, 4 times. You have Payne from FWN or FWI, 4 times. OMG Farm. I believe this is Werewolf. I think this is Werewolf right here. I guess he changed his name to OMG Farm. 4 times. And then Mad Fusion. Kill points. Stone Duck at 1 million score for the kill points. And then what do we have here? At a 1 million score. And then Werewolf again at 1 million score there in second place for OMG. QB for BTX at 1 million for BTX. Sensei Yesin again, not only MVP 5 times, but also the kill points kind of match that up as well, which pretty much makes sense there. Okay, so they're officially in, but we are waiting now. Match will open to the spectators. Come on, get us in, get us in, get us in. Let's go. Let's go. We'll go type it in the world chat over here in our KVK with Echo. Live now on the official channel. You guys are so funny with the corporate gun stuff. BTX versus 30NA. All right. What do I see? I see Just Kill Him in there. Oh my God, guys. I'm telling you guys, it really just depends on the opener. It really just depends on the opener. So the previous time we saw 30NA get both hauls nice and early. We saw them both hauls get nice and early. However, 30NA just didn't have players with Blink to be able to get over the BTX marches. It's also going to be interesting to see if we see any new strategies. A few more seconds and we're starting, guys. 176 seconds to be precise, so about 3 minutes. Bring it home, 30NA. Okay, let's see by the people in the chat right now. Who do you guys think is gonna win? Let's see. Type it in the chat. 30NA or BTX? Who do we have in the house here? Oh, I see Avengers Assemble in the chat. 30NA got a lot of hype. I mean, listen, guys. 30NA is they've been around for a very long time. They've been around since beta. They've been around since the beta. However, BTX is a hungry competitor for sure. BTX has endured a lot, man. You know, even when they shot up to 28 billion power and they went up against Echo and they took a lot of heat from that season. However, you know, they maintained their cool. They made the proper adjustments to include even their Roots of War League performances. Anytime there was the talk of like who's the top Roots of War League alliances / kingdoms, BTX was always in the conversation, but at the same time people were like, oh, I'm not sure who have they beaten. But as you guys can see, whenever the stakes are high and the Roots of War League 2025 championship is on the line, teams are gonna make a lot more time available to be able to make the adjustments needed to be able to improve. So it's very, very awesome to see BTX and 30NA here. I think most of us expected 30NA and EIS to be here. However, the tables turned a lot come this final. It's going to be interesting to see. Also, I've been receiving a lot of questions saying that when the next Roots of War League season will start. We'll see if any of the community managers are in the chat and can give us an approximate date, right? Obviously, every day is subject to change. All right, guys, we are almost in 40 seconds. Once again, like I said, there will be a new code. There will be a new code as a thank you from the Call of Dragons team to the community for you guys joining us here today. We had about approximately 155 viewers here. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video. Share the live stream, guys. Share the live streams. That way it gets out 14 seconds and we're going to be on our way in for our Roots of War League 2025 Game 3. Game 3, guys. Come on, get us in, get us in, get us in. Yep, get us in. All right. Oh, there's the code right there, guys. There is the code right there. Special gift code. FN3 COD 2025. Let's go. Okay, once again, for those of you guys that are new to the Roots of War League, I'm going to briefly explain what the objective here. So as you guys can see, we have there's going to be 30 players versus 30 players. The objective is to control these buildings that you guys see on the outside. We have outposts, we have halls, we have trees of courage and trees of healing. So there's occupation points for capturing those buildings. There's also initial capture points that the teams get when initially capturing the point. So it's very important for the teams to take control of these buildings nice and early. There is also a life bloom stone that spawns in the center, that once they capture it, the teams have to fight in the center to take control, and then they have to take that stone into any of the occupied buildings that they control for additional points. There's also pets that spawn on the north and the south side. Usually spawns on the side that's losing first. When capturing those pets, is going to give you guys it's going to give the teams an initial buff on the field of combat stats, and with an additional 5% to the points per minute. Okay, there's also gathering points. If you take a look around some of these halls / buildings, you'll see that there is mana nodes around here that you can also gather points. And then at the end of the match, whichever team has the most points wins the game. And here today we are in Game 3. You can already see 30 NA loading in here on the south side for the Yen side. So the yellow side is Yen, top side is Lucia. You have BTX up here as Vipe. We'll see as Vipe makes all kinds of crazy plays. We'll see what kind of plays they make here today. We got Lifestone Mania there as well. 50 seconds and we have launch, guys. 50 seconds and we have launch. Who is going to take the initial captures here? Who's going to establish dominance? Who's going to potentially bring out any new strategies? Oh man, I mean, it's no secret. It's no secret that the beginning plays is ancient tree roots, right? Ancient tree roots play. So the way that the ancient tree roots work, teams rush to the center to block the nodes that you see here in the center. Once they block the nodes there, they can then use the ancient tree roots artifact to teleport them to the nearest highest node within 20 kilometers of the artifact. So here we go. Let's take a look at BTX on the top side. I think we've looked at 30 NA. You can see here. Yep, you can see they're already going to the center. We're hearing some ancient tree roots being procced. Let's take a look over here on the left-hand side. Who's going to be the first to the left-hand side? Looks like 30 NA is the first there. Oh, they're there, but he started walking the wrong way. Manji is there immediately captures the Hall of Blessings on the left-hand side. We look over on the right-hand side. We have a runner directly from Soren. So it looks like BTX is going to be able to capture that Hall of Water on the right-hand side. Interesting to see. It almost seemed like both teams just kind of paid their respects of not really contesting the halls early. Traditionally, we see 30 and A. Whoa, that's a nice blitz rush here on this Tree of Courage from BTX on the bottom right-hand side. That is something that we've been seeing lately. Teams contesting the trees and the outposts more than anything, since the halls are so difficult to capture, especially with well-organized teams. I mean, who even knows what is going on here? They have an Emrys as a garrison captain there. BTX swarming it down, looking to make a nice surprise. Looks like 30 and A is also applying pressure to the tree healing on the top left-hand side. 30 and A still has control. They're able to get a skull go into the garrison to, I mean, that's going to be substantially better than an Emrys, right? So let's take a look up here. They already have a Garwood in there. I mean, no point in swarming that anymore. So great start for both teams. Usually we see like one team controlling more of the other. But what kind of pressure are we seeing out here on the outposts? Nope. These outposts are nice and secure with Kumas in the outposts. Flexi looking to make an initial play here to steal the outpost nice and early, but they were ready for that. You can see here, oh my god, 30 and A is all over this. Let's see, 18 more seconds, and we're gonna get our initial capture points going in here. Let's see, any pressure from 30 and A on the top outpost? There is, but they already have Garwoods in there. As soon as you see a Garwood in the outpost, I'm sure mentally you're just like, it's GG. Like, let's just move on here. Wait, is that? Oh no, okay. I thought it was Naya and Lee in there, but. Okay, all right. We're off to the races, guys. 460 to 520 right now, in favor of 30 and A. And I think that just has to do with initial capture points. I'm sure it's probably going to even out here very soon. So if we zoom in here, what do we got over here? All right. They're still battling here. Occupy the Hall of Water. Yep. It's going to be like, I want to see if there's going to be anyone trying any new rallies right now. Just like I said, it just seems like they kind of split the map in half. If you take a look on the upper right hand side, whenever a building is flickering, that means that there's something going on there, right? So we have a nice rally going on here. We're still seeing the Quan, Danfil, Auric rallies going on here to the Tree of Healing. We got a lot of pressure coming in from 30 and A on this left hand side. It's going to be interesting to see how BTX respond here to this. Yep. So right now, based off what we're seeing, I do see some of you guys mentioning in the chat a very good point. It does seem like currently it's going to come down to pets and the stones. So we're going to see a lot of contesting going for the pets here. You can see they have the Garwood Kuma in there. However, that rally is holding up very nicely. BTX starting to get more players down here. Look at all those players going down. You can already see some archers and some mages coming out here. To start DPSing some of those tanks, looking to, oh, we got a nice little staff play coming in from BTX on the left hand side, trying to keep these Tree of Healing nice and filled. Man, I listen, 30 and A did this last time as well, which is interesting, right? You would think they would switch up their strategy up a little bit. I think BTX is ready. Last time 30 and A tried this, BTX definitely didn't have as much field presence as they do now. You can see that BTX definitely went back and was watching some VODs to properly prepare for this 30 and A pressure. Also last time 30 and A, maybe around 30-40 minutes of pressure to this one Tree of Healing, then ended up switching over to the Tree of Courage. So 30 and A strategy is definitely to apply pressure to those trees. As you can see, the portals are now available. We have Joker 7 here with a where's he at? Joker 7 with a Quan Danfil rally. Is he also using an Auric? Be interesting to see if he's also using an Auric. I can't really see the pet. Oh no, it's a Moon Bear. 252 people watching, guys. Don't forget to drop a like on the live stream for the official Call of Dragons channel. Make sure you guys also share the channel with your friends. Let's experience this moment together here as we spectate Game 3 Roots of War League 2025. Looks like that rally is getting ready to go down. BTX doing some great defense here, regardless of the amount of pressure going on from 30NA. Let's take a look at the points per minute. 520 to 520. Perfectly split down the center. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a great final. We're going to have a great final. And what it's coming down to right now, the reason why 30NA is ahead was because they were able to capture the buildings a little bit faster. And when it comes to Roots of War League, every point, every second counts. So the faster you can get it, the better. Right? It's going to be interesting to see how it happens for the pets. The stone does spawn in roughly around the 42-minute marker. Stone does spawn in roughly upon the 42-minute marker. As we take a look around the map, we have a lot of pressure now coming in from Joker 7 from the BTX side over on this Tree of Courage. 30NA responding very nicely. I mean, they're literally right here. Their ramp is right here. Interesting choice for BTX to apply pressure to this Tree of Courage. This is probably going to be the easiest tree to defend for 30NA side. I think BTX had a lot more success going for the Tree of Healing last time. However, it could be a tactic that they're utilizing to divert their attention over to this Tree of Courage and then quickly shift over to that other Tree of Courage. I have definitely seen BTX do that, so it wouldn't surprise me if they end up doing that. Looks like we have some people teleporting. Interesting. Not sure what's going on there. They have 29 out of 30 members now. I mean, listen, guys, every second counts in this, so I'm not sure where that player went. Just Kill Him says 30NA wins by 2K points. If there's any moderators, if you guys can please mod Just Kill Him, please. That way we have some moderators in the chat. All right, we got the Tree Healing there. They did nicely there. Okay, now 30 out of 30. They were able to get in. But, guys, listen, every second counts in these situations. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, like, what happened there. We do have our first pet available here in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. This pet is going to be absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. And right now, BTX is losing by a little bit. So, the pet is more than likely going to spawn up here. Let's see. Yep. Pet's going to spawn up here. You can already see T1 the GOAT is already there. One of the things that I want to see here, guys, I want to see some rallies going to these outposts. Because when you think about it, this game is so evenly split that it makes more sense, believe it or not, to contest the outposts than it does some of these trees of healing and also the halls of blessings, if you really think about it. Strategically speaking, and what's going to be more realistic, rallying the outposts with your main rallies is actually not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. All right, let's see. 1 minute and 40 seconds. You can see here BTX putting in a lot of pressure. You can see they got the Flying Cavalry here from 30NA posted up, ready to go. You can see how important these Flying Cavalry are. They're going to be able to just hang out on the top side here. Just wait patiently for that pet to spawn in about 1 minute and 20 seconds. I know you guys see that countdown up there of 15 seconds available for the stone. However, I mean, I'm not sure. I think that's kind of glitched because the stone usually spawns in around the 42-minute mark. You can see BTX applying early pressure here. There is a few 30NA marches that are able to get in, and people are going to start staffing on them, looking to get some more major control here. There is a substantially more BTX players here, but that is a lot of tanks from 30NA there that are going to be able to sustain a lot of that damage, and then these Flying Cavalry are going to be able to come over the top. This is going to be the first thing that separates them, because right now they're split down the center still, 520 to 520. 520 to 520. 35 seconds remaining on the pet. It's going to be a nice little berserk, or sorry, shadow fade drake coming in. 30 and A starting to establish themselves a lot more, showing some great field presence from 30 and A here. Great field presence. 20 seconds remaining. We're going to get our first pet. Who would have thought contesting for a pet was going to be this important? But of course, it happens here in the finals at the 46-second mark. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there is the pet. Who's gonna hit it? It looks like BTX is immediately starts hitting. There's so many 30 and A members here now. There is so many 30 and A members here now. They're going in for the pet. Is going down quickly. Who's it gonna give it? Pray to the RNG gods, and it is going to the side of 30 and A. 30 and A is able to get that pet, and they go up by 20 points. Getting that, and they're also getting the war buffs. They're also gonna get the war buffs. I think it was the rally one. You can see 30 and A here. This is going to be their opportunity to potentially take these outposts from BTX. So it's going to be a double whammy for them. However, I mean, can they get it? Maybe, maybe not. They're starting to swarm down these outposts, but the Garwood Kumas don't know what it is to lose health. Look at those bad boys. Super tanky. My goodness. I mean, they're swarming it down. It's starting to go down. They have it about 70-60% health for 30 and A there. BTX looking like they defended this left one pretty well. BTX is going to be able to hold that. This one's starting to go down pretty quickly. How is BTX going to respond? Here comes BTX to try to destroy these tanks for hitting this outpost. Oh, my goodness. Only in the finals are we ever going to see excitement over outpost fighting. That Garwood's starting to go down. It's at 20%. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. I think BTX is going to be able to control this. We're at the 44-minute marker. It looks like they are rallying that tree of healing again on the bottom left-hand side. We'll shift over to that here. Okay. It's still all right, and BTX is able to defend that nicely. They were trying to do a little swarmy on the tree of healing here. Who would have known, guys? Garwood Season 1 will make a debut in the Roots of War League 2025 Finals Game 3. If you would have told me that right at the beginning of the league, I would have said, you know, maybe a little tanky, but you can see Garwood Kuma just has an amazing amount of sustainability. You can also, we have Tim coming back here with his Quan Danfil Auric, an Auric specifically built for infantry. You can see here. Let's see, we have the rally here. Look in the beginning. Arrival. You can see the Garwood there. A lot of swarming going on. Here it is. Here you can see the Quan Danfil. It still didn't trade that well. I mean, it's only 570. You can see here. Look at this Auric. 3-starred everything, guys. This is the Roots of War League final caliber. Just everything 3-starred. A nice little college tuition per pet. No problem. All right. We're getting close to the stone spawning in. We're moving over to the center here. 30 and A has a lot of presence. This is still neck to neck, guys. Still neck to neck. Only a 26-point difference there in favor of 30 and A. In our previous matches, it has been BTX in the lead for majority of the matches, if I remember correctly. And then 30 and A swooped in like the last 12, 13 minutes of the previous matchup. But now 30 and A is in the lead. 30 and A for the first time, at least from what I remember, is ahead. BTX is not used to being behind in this situation. You can see 30 and A has a lot of pressure going on here in the center. And the Lifestone is here, and there's so many 30 and A members here. Here comes the bear. Here comes the bear. Where is the BTX bear? Where is the BTX bear? Oh no. That can cost them the entire game, potentially. Where is the BTX bear? Where Where is the BTX bear? Oh no, the behemoth master fell asleep. The behemoth master fell asleep. And just like that, 30 and 8 has the stone. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And he's moving. He's moving. That guy has wheels. That guy has wheels on that. You would think that he doesn't even have... And it's a ground troop. It's a ground troop. It's not even a flyer. BBK is moving. Look at that stone go. Look at that stone go. The YouTube chat losing it right now. Where is the BTX bear? Oh no, someone's getting fired. Someone's 100% getting fired. You can see BBK's moving down that tree. But listen, guys, the tree of healing is right there. This is still very dangerous. Even though 30 and 8 has the stone, the stone is moving in a direction that is in between two buildings here. It's going to ultimately come down to who can take control here, and the stone is down. You can see 30 and 8 is doing a nice job blocking that left-hand side. BTX needs to regain composure here. If not, they're gonna start losing faith that they can win this. Let's go. And then and it's moving again. 30 and 8. BBK again. This guy's an MVP. How is the stone moving so quickly? You can see Larnack there. They need to get a flyer on this, guys. If a flyer picked this up, this would be a lot different. The stone would already be in that Hall of Power. The stone would already be in that Hall of Power. You can see they have it there. Oh my God, I see the YouTube chat is losing it over the BTX bear. Where did that BTX bear? You can see though, BTX does have some rallies going over to that Hall of Blessing, but they don't have the support needed there for that specific rally. You can see it's going to be an absolute brawl here. 30 and 8 is all over this stone. All over this stone, guys. Holy smokes, 30 and 8 has it again. Is it a flyer now? It does look like it's a flyer. It does look like it's a flyer. Who's coming over the top there to bring the first nice set of points there? It looks like it's Manji. Manji coming over the top. This has to be an absolute nightmare for BTX. This has to be an absolute nightmare for BTX. They're going to have to regain. I'm not sure what the situation is there. I'm not sure what the situation is there for BTX. And just like that, 30 and 8 get the first capture of the Lifestone nice and early. Nice and early, guys. It is not over. It is not over. Last time you guys said the same thing about 30 and 8, saying GG. It is not GG till it's GG, guys, or how they say in some parts of the world. It's not over till the fat lady sings. Not sure where that reference is from, but a lot of commentators use it in sports events, so I'm going to say it as well. All right, who do we got? Let's see what we got the points here. 546, still in favor of 30 and 8. Still a 26-point difference. We will be seeing another pet. We were seeing another pet spawning in here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Beastmaster diff. I wouldn't even say it's a Beastmaster diff, guys. Who knows what happened? I don't know if the Beastmaster just like dropped the ball. Maybe the behemoth was glitched. I'm not sure. There goes Buddy McBoatface rallying that tree healing. It does look like a lot of people are hopping on that Quan Danfell Auric rally meta. All right. Who knows, guys? Who knows? I guess we'll find out at the end of the match what happened with the bear. Beastmaster was paid off to throw. All right, let's go. Let's see how we set up here. We do have the pet available. 1 minute and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 40 seconds here for the pet to spawn. 1 minute 30 now. Looks like we do have some early presence of BTX here. Early presence of BTX. The buildings still look pretty evenly split. What do we have over here? We do have 30 and 8 still trying to apply pressure over to these outposts. However, Flexi and Svipa doing a good job there of, just applying some good pressure. 30 and 8 with those tanks that are blocking the ramp. Just being absolutely annoying there. BTX still has the Bodie McBoatface rally going. That tree of healing is getting very dangerously low. I mean, look at that. Jenny 88 with the plays. Every time I'm looking at this tree of healing, specifically this bottom right hand side, Jenny 88 always making some really good plays. Also Queenie 29. You can see like there's very distinct players that are in charge of keeping these buildings nice and filled, which plays a very key part, because if they weren't there, Bodie McBoatface takes that. 20 seconds remaining on this pet here on the south. How does the presence look? Pretty 30 and a heavy here. We do have some BTX coming in. We got Shimona there on the side of BTX coming in. Okay. Then we have 30 and a with the flying cavalry over the top. The pet has spawned in. Who is it gonna go to? BTX praying to the RNG gods right now that it goes their way. BTX praying to the RNG gods. They need every buff possible right now because the lead is the 30 and A is starting to slip away at the 35-minute marker. You can see the pet is down to approximately 15% health. We're gonna see some artifacts start proccing here. You can see all the artifacts, and 30 and A takes the second pet. 30 and A takes the second pet just like that. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Bodie McBoatface rally still going there. Bodie McBoatface rally still going there on the right-hand side. Absolutely phenomenal. You can see 30 and A's rally hitting this tree of healing on the left-hand side. All over this tree of healing. You can, oh my God, you can just imagine how the 30 and A players feel right now. Their hearts are probably racing. They're starting to believe it. They're starting to see it. They're starting to manifest that they will be the Roots of War League 2025 champions. However, how does BTX respond? How does BTX respond? Do they got that ice in their veins? Do they fold? Who knows? BTX has the quality of players to be able to turn this around. If we take a look at the map, that Bodie McBoatface rally is still going on this tree of healing. We're going to take a look at that report here once it ends. Here we go. Got that hull of water there. I mean, listen, all BTX has to do is capture a stone, and they have done it before, and it is very possible for them to do this. It's not over yet. Even though 30 and A does have the advantage right now, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. Hope you guys made your appropriate bets at the prediction store. All right. Okay, nice. BTX was able to get an outpost here from 30 and A. That's going to help them out. Like I said, when it comes to the finals, guys, especially game 3, every single building capture is absolutely massive. Like I said earlier, I'm very surprised that their strategy hasn't changed to just capturing the outposts, because when you take a look at the outposts, ongoing points is 30 points a minute, and you see how close the game is. Strategically, it makes more sense to rally outposts. I personally would have definitely done that, and it's good for you guys as spectators, especially those of you guys that are going to be competing for the next Roots of War League. Oh my, that Garwood is still holding really strong. Let's go check on this bottom right hand side on that rally, how it held up, because that rally was there for absolutely ever. You can see here Bodie McBoatface, Quan Danfell rally here, 1.5 million lightly wounded, 748,000 healed. Okay, we take a look at the buffs. You can see Bodie McBoatface's pet guns pink sock. Okay, all right. Has a full auric on that versus the Mazrock. Okay, what do we got here? The next stone, guys, 1 minute and 20 seconds. This one is really gonna set the pace. This next one's really gonna set the pace, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can BTX bring it back? This next stone is going to be worth 3,500 points. It's not going to be enough to take the lead, but it's definitely going to be enough to make things interesting again. While this stone is out, can 30NA sneak in a nice little steal? Can 30NA sneak a nice little steal of the buildings, or can BTX take in a nice little steal of the buildings? You can see they're providing a really good pressure there on the top left-hand side the entire game on this Tree of Healing. Okay, and we are in the center. 40 seconds remaining. 40 seconds remaining. 30NA is all over it. They got all their flyers. BTX has a lot of Celestials that come over the top there. Looking to do that, provide the DPS needed over the top. You can see Jenny 88's Wyvern Riders of all troop types. And let me tell you, as a mage main myself, those Wyvern Riders hurt really bad. Jenny 8 is just getting free kills on these Celestials. They're not even... Okay, they finally started paying attention to Jenny 88 here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. The stone is out. The stone is out. The stone is out. Where are the Hydras? I wonder what the countdown is on the Hydras. I wonder what the countdown is on the Hydras. Are both Hydras glitched? What is going on? Guys, where's the Hydras? Are the Hydras asleep? And so here we got BTX coming in. We got BTX coming in. There's so much 30NA in the center. There's so much 30NA in the center. Let's take a look around. BTX trying to flood in through this left-hand side. However, there's 3 tanks there that are gonna cause a blockage there. Okay, a lot of BTX now going towards the center. A lot of people trying to capture the stone. You can see SVPA trying to make the play there. 30NA doing a good job on this right-hand side. Northern Light. Full tanks blocking the bridge there. Full tanks blocking the bridge there. What do we got? What do we got? 30NA. What did they capture? Entered an outpost. Oh, they were able to get their outpost back. They finally got their outpost back there. BTX did do a good job getting that outpost, to be honest. There's no Hydras. There's no Hydras. There's no behemoth cheesing. Who is the better alliance will get this stone? Who is the better alliance will get this stone, guys? Especially the Hydra. The Hydra. Oh, guys. BT or 30NA is flooding this thing. 30NA is flooding this thing. That one of the things that I've said before, 30NA has always been pretty dominant in the stone game versus BTX. Yep. The Behemoth Masters had too much Thanksgiving over in the US. Those sleepy Americans with the Thanksgiving dinners. All right, here we go. 30NA is okay. We're seeing more BTX coming in. We're seeing more BTX coming in. It is about a 4K difference right now in favor of 30NA. So this stone is everything, guys. This stone is everything. I think that depending on how this goes, this stone is going to really determine who wins here. Bodybag Boatface making good pressure on the Hall of Blessings on this left-hand side. Meanwhile, BTX looks like they're starting to take over the center a little bit here. But here's one of the things that 30NA does well. They're able to get a lot of tanks into the center here. This is something that I've noticed from 30NA, even from previous matches, just substantial infantry presence in the center. And if you're wondering, how are they doing it, ladies and gentlemen? Probably ancient tree roots. You can see here, if you take a look at this node, you'll see it just get occupied really randomly, and it's probably because of the ancient tree roots just getting popped, and then boom, you're in the center just like that. 30NA does a really good job of that, of getting into those stones. No one has gotten the stone yet. We do have a pet available. 1 minute and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Here we go. There goes the Hydra. There goes the Hydra. Oh my goodness. The 30 and 8 Hydra's here. Where is the BTX Hydra? Guys, is there Behemoth? Did they just not assign a Behemoth Master or something? Like, what is going on here? Where is their Behemoth? Oh my goodness. Where is their Behemoth? Oh my god. Well, with BTX not having a Behemoth here, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible for them to get this stone. Even if BTX outpowers 30 and A in the center, which it does not look like that's going to be the case, they're going to be able to take it. Oh my! Oh, there it is! He woke up, ladies and gentlemen. The Behemoth Master woke up from BTX. He's here. He's here. His alarms went off. His alarms went off. The BTX Hydra is here. Everyone, calm down. He woke up. All right. He had one too many drinks last night, but he's here now. BTX Behemoth Master to the center, looking to make it happen. All right, I was starting to get a little worried there. The beast did appear again. Let's take a look real quick at the beast. Who can take this? We do have 30 and A there again. Way more BTX here than 30 and A than compared to last time. I don't think 30 and A is too worried about the pet right now. They have 2 pets ahead of BTX. They could focus the rest more towards the center here. However, 30 and 8 does have some calves there that could potentially steal this pet last minute. Could potentially steal the pets last minute. You can see they're all started going in on the pet there. 20. This could be anybody. Who does the RNG gods favor? Who do the RNG gods favor? And it's BTX. BTX, get that pet. Absolutely phenomenal. BTX, get that pet. All right. BTX is able to get that pet. All right, here it's coming in here to the center there. They got the Hydra over in the center. Both Hydras are coming in here. As I mean, those of you guys that play the Roots of War League or any kind of Roots of War, you understand that the Hydra in general, guys. Okay, we got BTX. We got more BTX. It looks like there's a little bit more BTX now here in the center. Can BTX turn this around, guys? I'm telling you, this really can go either way. This really could go either way here. Coming down the center there, they got the... All right, let's take a look at the points per minute here. 572 in favor of 30 and 8 to 546 of BTX. Capturing that pet, they'd give them, what, about another like 25-ish points to get a little bit closer. If we take a look at the breakdown, 19.5k occupation points, 30 and A, 1.5 gathering, 1.2. Total kills is so close, man. This is such a really close game. I really do think that, you know, the Behemoth Master not being there in the center was one of the main differences that played here. 30 and A did do a good job of capturing their pets just a little bit faster than BTX, also capturing those 2 pets initially. I wonder how much time is left here on the Hydra. If we take a look around the map, there's really not that much contention besides the outpost here on the outside. It does look like 30 and A is going to be able to steal this outpost. What a great play by 30 and A here. What a great play to be able to steal this outpost. Like I told you guys earlier, strategically makes more sense to go for these outposts. And it looks like 30 and A is definitely understanding that. Covering the outpost there. Going to the center. Oh my god, they look like a bunch of ants in the center trying to protect the queen ant. Check that out. Marvelous steal. Marvelous steal. Did they get it? They haven't got it just yet. Face of blade. Face of blade there to try to get it down. Someone needs to pick up the stone. I'm sure there's only like maybe a minute or so left on these Hydras. You can see a lot of BTX trying to pick it up. Oh, someone has it. BTX has the stone. BTX has the stone and it's moving. Ladies and gentlemen, BTX has the stone and it is moving and it's moving quick. And it's going to the top. Who is it? It's Flexi with the Ferrando coming over the top. Oh my God. And it's down. Oh my God. Can BTX make this comeback? There's so much BTX there now. There's a lot of flyers there. You got the Celestials over the top, providing that DPS needed. Romulus Ramos, Alfredito, and BTX has the stone again, and it's moving, guys. And it's moving again. Who has the stone there? It looks like it's Esvipe. Esvipe trying to make the play again for her team. For Rondo going over the top there. You got Dora and Northern Light looking to flank around the side there. Last time we saw 30 and A did steal this Hall of Nature. Maybe they do have another rally coming over. You can see 30 and A starting to scout that Hall of Nature. They could potentially go for a little steal there. They've done it before. Hopefully BTX can respond accordingly here. Last time they did get their Hall of Nature stolen right from underneath their noses. Major battle here. You can see the stone has 4 minutes of contention time left. They need to capture it before then. If not, it's going to go back to the center. You can see BTX is going crazy. There's so many grabbing them. Here's the thing, right? This needs to be communicated in the Discord, right? There's too many people trying to capture it. 1, 2, right? And each player trying to go for it is just getting absolutely DPS down by the marches here. Let's see, is this 30 and A rally coming out yet? Not yet. Can they get the steal on that Hall of Nature? Can BTX take this stone before it goes back to the center? I think it was around the 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Let's take a... Oh my... Okay, who has it? BTX has it, and it's moving. But he's kind of going down. Okay, there you go. Moving over, and it's down again. And it's going down again. You can see 30 and A there is pushing that 5,000 plus. Right, about 4,500, and it's moving again. BTX is moving. Whoa! What happened? It went backwards. What happened there? Maybe they can utilize some shields on the flyers. I have seen people use. And it's moving, guys. Midget Shiso moving, and it's down again on there. I mean, I don't see the 30 and A rally going out yet. They did scout it a few times. They do have a few 30 and A trying to block the Hall of Nature there. If you take a look around the map, it does look at the top outposts are being contested at this top side. They need to just launch rallies at those outposts, man. Please. Both BTX and 30 and A need to do that. This stone gives 3,500 points, guys. So it goes in increments of 500 points. First one was 3K. You can see here, 3,000 points. The next one's going to be 3,500. And then the next one after that will be 4,000. And it's going over the top. Guys, 1 minute and 45 seconds and the stone is back to the center. BTX need to get this stone in, but 30 and A doing a phenomenal job providing the pressure there with those flying units. This is why I told you guys in previous matches, it is important for every single player to have their flyer preset ready. Look at this. This is where the Spring Warden faction shines. However, BTX has a lot of Celestials here. And 30 and A has more flying cavalry, and it's definitely showing, because even though BTX have a lot of presence here and they do have a home field advantage here, 30 and A is still able to make that pressure with those Wyvern Riders, with those Flying Cavalry. BTX definitely needed way more Spring Warden for this final, and Wyvern Riders to be able to dominate the field in the air. Okay. Yep, Stone's gonna reset here. You can see on the, and it's traveling. BTX has it. BTX has it. Can they capture it in the next 35 seconds? Can they capture it in the next 35 seconds? And the Stone is down. 30 seconds remaining, and then the Stone goes back to the center. 30 seconds remaining, and it goes back to the center. 20 seconds. I think it's going to reset. Oh no. The dreams. It's going to be living in the back of their head. We were right there. We were right there with the Stone to help close that gap, and they're going to have to think about it until 2026. They're going to have to think about it to 2026, and it's back to the center. Just like that, the Stone is going back to the center. Let's reset that and run that back. You can see here, 30 and A is back to rallying that trio healing. That trio healing definitely doesn't look like it has a proper support. We also have a pet spawning in approximately 38 seconds. We have approximately 38 seconds there. Coming over. Don't forget, guys, if you guys just tuned in, if you guys take a look at the pinned comment, we have a gift code, FN3 COD 2025. Make sure you guys get that code there. Okay, the rally is doing a pretty good job, but it looks like BTX is going to be able to hold. The pet is going to spawn on the south side, and the Lifestone's also there. There's so many 30 and A flying over the top. It does look like 30 and A is probably going to be able to control this pet. However, maybe the RNG Call of Dragons guns are going to be able to give this to the side of BTX. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a 30 and A pet capture. It looks like it's going to be a 30 and A pet capture, and just like that, 30 and A takes the third pet. 30 and A takes the third pet, and their lead continues to rise, 598 to 546. It's still coming down to that pet, to that Stone capture, and the pet captures, and the slight advantage in the beginning for 30 and A capturing the buildings just slightly faster. We have the dragon. The dragon is out for 30 and A. The dragon is out for 30 and A. At this point, BTX will have to take control of some kind of building. Oh, it's traveling. Who has it? BTX has it. Somehow, BTX were able to get the Stone. And it gets scorched down by the dragon. Look at that dragon, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that beautiful dragon in Call of Dragons. I mean, it's a Call of Dragons game, but we don't often see dragons. Am I right? But today, in the final for the Roots of War League 2025, the dragon is here, and it is scorching enemies on the battlefield. And it is contested. Guys, will we have a last second? Will we have a last second upset from BTX? It is still very possible. It is still very possible. BTX is going to have to go crazy getting one of the other buildings. You can see they understand that. And it's traveling. Who has it? 30 and A has it. 30 and A has it, and it's moving. 30 and A has it, and it's moving. Northern Lights coming over the top. Northern Light, it has that Friggar Ballhorn, and it's moving very quickly, and it's very healthy. And it's coming over the top. A bunch of BTX swarming it down, and it's down on the 5-yard line. 12 minutes remaining. 12 minutes remaining, and here comes the BTX Flame Dragon. 12 minutes remaining, and here comes the BTX Flame Dragon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's here, and it's moving again. BTX has the Stone now. It's like a game of tug of war, and the Stone is down again. It's like a game of tug of war. As long as these dragons are alive, if we break it down, guys, if we now we got double dragons in the center here fighting over the stone. Double dragons here. We got a 412 viewers here, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys drop a like on this game 3 final between BTX and 30NA. As long as these dragons are alive, it is very, very difficult to be able to capture the stone. The stone is only going to be worth 3,500 points. You guys can do the math. 30NA is still going to be ahead by 1.5 to roughly 2K points. So BTX is going to have to go big, capturing a tree, a hall, something. They cannot just sit here and contest for the stone. Why haven't they? Oh, we have a BTX taking an outpost back here. Or they probably already had it. Yeah, they probably already had it. They had a rally going there. Okay. Here we go. They need more plays like that. Is this going to be a GG here? Is it going to be a GG? Can 30NA pull this off against all odds? Everyone thought 30NA was not going to win this final. They lost the first one, and the community said GG. The community said GG. Here we go. Look at that. BTX did take that outpost there. Let's take a look at this left-hand side. You have Bodhi here trying to take this Hall of Blessing, guys, but let's be real here. They are not taking that. Look at all these 30NA players here. Look at all these 30NA players here. They understand that, yes, they need to contest this stone. However, with the experience that 30NA has, they understand that they don't need to send everyone to the center. Even if BTX capture this stone, it's not going to be enough. But one thing is for sure, they need to control their buildings. The Bodie McBoatface rally will be going down. The YouTube chat is saying GG. The YouTube chat is saying GG. All right. The Flame Dragons are still up. The Flame Dragons are still up. 30NA is ahead by about 5,000 points roughly. Some people are saying GG your coins. NA is very, very composed. That just goes to show you guys their level of experience. I mean, they're a beta team. They've been around since the beta, guys. I think their original server was like what server? What's 30NA's original server, guys? It was a single-digit one. It was a single-digit one. Server 5, 2. Yeah, I think it was server 2, yeah? I mean, they've been around forever. I'm not sure if that's still the original Ghost. I've heard that that's not the original Ghost, but I'm not sure. Here we go. 30NA's here. With the Flame Dragons are still up. The Flame Dragons are still up. And who has the stone? And it's just stuck there. 30NA has the stone. And they're stuck. 8 minutes remaining. 8 minutes remaining. Once again, guys, just a friendly reminder. There is a special gift code at the top, pinned at the comment section. F3COD 2025. Also, don't forget to like the live stream. If you guys are not subscribed to the official Call of Dragons channel, hit that sub button. Turn on the bell notification. Lets you guys know when the channel goes live or drops a new video. We're seeing a lot of GGs in the chat. We're seeing a lot of GGs in the chat. Oh no, the dragon is still up for BTX though. You can see the trees are being contested over here. They do have a Kuma here. BTX has a lot of presence on this tree healing. They realize they really need to get this. But it's starting to look slim, guys. It's starting to look very, very slim. No spoilers in the chat, please. No spoilers in the chat. We do have a pet spawning in approximately 2 minutes and 25 seconds. However, that pet doesn't really matter. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Maybe if it has rally buffs to be able to take a building control. But at this point, BTX would have to take control of 2 halls. They would have to take control of 2 extra halls. Or 1 hall and at least build... Oh, they're flickering even faster. Great pressure here by BTX on the trio. Healing on the right-hand side. Here we go. Let's take a look at their top players for now. For real quickly, at their top 5, we got BTX, T1 the GOAT, Nolan Red, Ping Demon, Romulus Ramos, Sugar Woogie. Okay, Joker 7 there. And over on the 30 and A side, we have FLV, Tim, KO, Dora, and Jet CC. The stone is still down. We are approaching the 5-minute marker. This is probably the longest contestation I have seen for a stone. I think they started contesting for the stone at what, guys? Like minute 30, 26:30 roughly there. Okay, we have a pet spawning in approximately 1 minute. 1 minute. We are still waiting to see, get news from when approximately the next Roots of War League will start. If we don't get that approximate date for you guys today, I'm sure it will come out in the near future, guys. 45 seconds remaining and we get the next pet. 40 seconds remaining. Here we go. 30 and A has the stone and it's stuck. 30 and A has the stone and it's stuck, but it's slightly moving south. $15 seconds remaining for the pet. BTX is here. I told you guys. I can. Yeah, 30 and A doesn't care. They don't care about that pet. They're up. They're pushing 6,000 plus, almost 6,000 points ahead. 4 minutes remaining, guys. Woo! Let's see. Type 30 and A in the chat. Type 30 and A in the chat right now. If you voted for 30 and A, who's about to be rich? Who's about to be rich with coins? Who's about to be rich with coins? Oh my god, look at all the 30 and A supporters. Spam 30 and A in the chat if you went for 30 and A. Oh, 3 minutes remaining, guys, and it's definitely looking like a GG here already. It's definitely looking like a GG here already. 30 and A holding composure. Their eyes are on the prize for the Roots of War League 2025 championship. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. About 6,000. Oh, 37,000 points for 30 and A. 31.5. What a story, guys. 30 and A. Ready to be crowned. And just like that, 30 and A still manages to get that pet somehow. How did they manage that? What a steal! Oh my god, what a little dagger. Actually, not a little dagger, a massive dagger. North Wolves is just standing there like, bro, seriously? And just like that, he's getting away with his life. He's going to hop into this portal to skedaddle out there, erotic sushi and face and play, chasing him down. But not only does he take the pet, and he also skedaddles out of there. Wow. Unbelievable. The oldest kingdom in the game standing. The oldest kingdom in the game standing, at least at the competitive standpoint, right? Because there's probably server 1's probably still out there. But 30 and A, the oldest kingdom still standing. The oldest team in the game is able to pull this off. I wonder what happened to the BTX bear. However, I think even without that bear, guys, I still believe 30 and A win this. Even if that bear didn't happen, 30 and A still win this game, guys. Think about it. Yeah, sure. That, you know, but however, one thing I will say, if the bear was here, psychologically, maybe you get, whoa, and they use the shield there to boost them out. Yeah, exactly. Remember the momentum. Maybe a momentum diff. 1 minute remaining, and we will have our first Roots of War League 2025 champions, guys. Roots of War League 2025 champions. 50 seconds remaining. 30 and A, I'm sure, are at their setups. Maybe some are on their phones. Players from all over the world is going to be celebrating their Roots of War League 2025 champions. 30 and A. Nova Avengers looking to secure that. There is absolutely nothing at this point that stops 30 and A from winning the championship. Can we get a GG 30 and A in the chat? Can we get a GG 30 and A in the chat for the remainder 19 seconds? Spam it, guys. Spam GG 30 and A in the chat for the remainder 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nova Avengers, ladies and gentlemen, Roots of War League 2025 champions, the first champions to do it. The oldest kingdom still standing goes over to the 30 and A Nova Avengers. Our Roots of War League 2025 champions, ladies and gentlemen. MVP goes to KO at 159,000 score of the Nova Avengers. They are currently in server 30. Let's take a look at the breakdown for the end of battle report. Nova Avengers were able to secure that Lifestone at 3,000. Occupation points go to the side of 30 and A, 33,000. 31,000 for BTX. Gathering points also went to the side of 30 and A by 3,000 points. You guys can see the importance of even gathering there, the provisions there. Total kills went to the side of BTX. BTX won the kill game over 30 and A. However, you guys know in Roots of War League, yes, it matters, but it's not everything. With a final score, 39,091 points in favor of Nova Avengers to 33,792 points from BTX. Wow. Let's go take a look how it looks there. Does it already show them? Final round 3. There it is. 30 and A champions. Wow. I mean, what? That was like that was months long, guys. Months long, and 30 and A were able to take it. 30 and A were able to take it just like that. Don't forget the code, guys. Don't forget the code. Okay. What a phenomenal job there from 30 and A, guys. All right, guys, it's your boy Guns here, and it was my honor to be the official caster for the Roots of War League 2025 for Call of Dragons, and I appreciate everyone's support here to the official Call of Dragons channel. Once again, a round of applause for 30 and A, our first Roots of War League champions, guys. With that being said, on our way out, make sure you guys check out that code that we put in as an appreciation. Just a small gift to you guys for joining us here today. On your way out, make sure you guys drop a like on the live stream, guys. It definitely helps the channel out substantially. Also, share the final with your friends. Let them know what Roots of War League is all about. All right, guys. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in Season 2 of Roots of War League 2026. I'll see you guys then, guys. It's your boy Guns. And on behalf of the Call of Dragons team, we're out. Peace, guys.